Hey everyone, welcome to Current News. Trump asks to delay. New York fraud trial. Former President Donald Trump asked a New York appeals court Friday to pause the trial that began this week against him and his company, as he seeks to overturn an earlier ruling by the judge in the trial that found him liable for fraud and ordered the dissolution of his business certificates. The defendants in the case, Trump, the Trump Organization, and his business associates, including his sons, asked the court to pause last week's ruling, which found the defendants liable for fraud, as well as to pause the ongoing trial while the appeal plays out. Judge Arthur Engoron's summary ruling, issued September 26th, sided with New York Attorney General Letitia James and found Trump and his company committed fraud by repeatedly misstating the value of their assets, and ordered business certificates held by Trump and his co-defendants to be canceled, which could effectively shutter his company's operations in New York. The court clearly does not comprehend the scope of the chaos its decision has wrought, attorneys claimed in the request to pause the trial, arguing the order dissolving the business certificates will unquestionably inflict severe and irreparable harm on Trump and his associates, as well as innocent non-parties and employees who depend on the affected entities for their livelihoods. Trump's attorneys also took issue with the statute of limitations in the case, which only allows the court to judge misconduct starting in 2014. But Engoron has ruled the AG's office can use evidence from before 2014 if it helps prove fraud within the statute of limitations, which Trump and his legal team oppose. While Engoron found Trump liable for fraud, the trial, which began on Monday, is considering other allegations in the case, like insurance fraud and falsification of business records, as well as whether Trump intentionally committed fraud and any further penalties that should be imposed. Trump is once again under fire after the judge's latest decision, which makes him lament and cry like a baby. In this clip, I will explain everything to you. Before I start, if you find our content interesting, please hit the subscribe button and click on the notification bell to join our news forum. Thank you. Former President Donald Trump suffered another major defeat after U.S. District Court Judge Louis C. dismissed one of his expert witnesses in the trial to determine damages after Trump was convicted of defaming writer E. Jean Carroll. According to a report from Raw Story on Thursday, October 5th, this move comes after Trump was accused of defaming Carroll earlier this year while denying the rape allegation. The trial, which was intended solely to determine damages, saw 5 of the 6 claims brought by Carroll's legal team deemed moot by Judge Kaplan. This case against Trump is not always talked about, but it's one of the significant cases that can stop Trump from running in 2024. However, he made a motion to exclude the testimony of defense witness Robert J. Fisher, who intended to rebut the expert testimony provided by Professor Ashley Humph. Judge Kaplan's order referred to the court's previous ruling that Fisher was not trustworthy. The judgment stated that Mr. Fisher does not explain how his experience informs criticism of Professor Humphrey's proposal to restore his reputation, and noted that Fisher's analysis lacked citations apart from Professor Humphrey's report. Consistent with the previous decision, Judge Kaplan agreed, stating that Mr. Fisher's report in this case had similar shortcomings. He further pointed out that Fisher's report contained numerous legal opinions, evidentiary arguments, and other irrelevant content, none of which was deemed appropriate for expert testimony. Make sure to leave your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates. Thanks for tuning in.